Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's game number 2, SK Gaming versus Team Solomid. And, well, game 1, SK Gaming showing us a side that perhaps we've never seen before. That Amir play, the Circuit, all factoring in a way. You know, Reels' ROM was the only thing that seemed really standard for them.
Really, it was really standard, but that's one thing that TSM wanted them to play.
Fair, right. 36% win rate, right?
He's got a 36% win ratio on him. But on top of that as well, if you notice the picks and the way they went, they picked Anher. They banned Apollo.
Right,
which
forced it.
Really leaves Rama. But Rama he's not hard counted by Anher, but he's soft counted to an extent. He doesn't have a great matchup
hard to trade.
Well, it's because the pillar. The pillar, if you roll, you can pillar behind him to slow the roll.
Right, catch up.
And then jump as well. But then on top of that, if he does go into his ultimate, when he lands, it's a free impale.
Right, free impale. And that on her passive factors into this in a big way. It's hard for Rom to trade. Even with the bonus damage on the 1, it's not going to outdo the pen, especially in the mid and later stages of the game against the Anher. But our picks and bans are underway, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the same sides in this one. TSM continuing on with their second pick, and the ban starting to come out. Bakasura going to be banned by SK Gaming. Nuwa taken out of the pool by Team Solomid.
Well, Nuwa is Captain Twig played it last game, played very safe on it. I didn't feel Captain Twig made a huge impact, but when he was using the ultimate, it affected the team fight to an extent. Played safe as well. Bans coming through thick and fast. Vamana, good. Both those bans very, very good.
Yeah, they take the Vamana, but they give it the Circuit again. But
I'm happy with that.
As we kind of mentioned, Circuit did not take that game over. Nope. It was definitely the Vamana pressure.
Circuit's strong, but I think the Ares pick was good against it because if you notice, every time he tried to go in, Trix was there with the chains.
Yeah.
But then can you pick Ares again in this situation? I know.
Yeah, the gas. They just ran out of gas. The TSM did.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you saw that one engagement, the Gold Fury, where they got 3 chains on a Circuit and she was at about 20% HP.
Exactly, and they just couldn't find anything else on top of it.
And then, they just weren't able to capitalize. But once again, they're going to take the Vulcan here, and it's likely going to Lobster, and, well, they're going to look at Sylvanas here, and they're going to take him. Yeah. Look for burst mages at SK Gaming to counter this.
This is the first time we've seen Sylvanas in competitive play.
It is indeed. This will be the very first.
I'm so excited.
It's my first.
I love this god.
I hope he's gentle.
I'm in love with this god. Everything about him is amazing.
Everything? Every single thing?
Every single thing.
Everything he does is magic.
The way everything he does is magic.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah,
I can't get enough of it.
Well, Real's actually locking in that Apollo. Now, his Apollo play, this is a different style. Now, obviously, we had 36% on his Rama. His Apollo, 80% win ratio. 80% win ratio on Apollo.
They'll take the Amir again. They'll take the Amir into the Sylvanas. I mean, what is Sylvanas going to do against Amir? He's got about Magi's. I mean, this is the main downside of this character. Tremendous initiator, tremendous wave pusher. Right. Super duper good.
There's reasons for the Ymir pick against Sylvanas. Now, Sylvanas is actually the best pushing out of all the Guardians because of AoE auto attacks, which kill the minions quickly, and the Wisps as well, which also heal the minions.
While providing protection.
While providing protection to minions too. But it's 125, base rank is 125 health over the 5 seconds. But when it's actually ticking, it's regenerating the health, which means the AD carry can't bring it down. Now, Ymir is great at pushing though.
His 8-second cooldown. Glacial Strike,
Glacial Strike does a lot of damage, burst those minions down like rank 2. He can help clear the wave enough that Wisps don't make a factor. So he's actually good for laning phase against Sylvanas, which is one of his strengths.
Also a great guy to get in the face of the Sylvanas.
That's right.
And it's very hard for Sylvanas to do anything about it.
The funniest thing is they're both dead slow as well.
Right, yeah. No MS to speak of. But Thor, in the first picking phase, going in as a last pick, really surprising there. And TSM's going to ban Isis.
TSM banning Isis away. They don't want to see that being picked.
It's got good synergy with Amir, I suppose. It adds to your Gold Fury contention as well in the early stages.
Normally we see, I guess it's going to be against Vulcan, I guess. I mean, I'm thinking normally we see Captain Twig's the one that's... Lobster's the one that plays
does not want to get out-pushed. I mean, Isis does bring a tremendous... This game is nutso, by the way. Freya and Thor picked up as the 3rd and 4th pick for TSM.
Freya didn't get banned. They banned Loki over. Now, that's a respect ban for the Loki again. We said this earlier on.
Yeah, they don't want to face
it. It's like 86% win ratio on Loki when Game Hunters played it.
Yeah. I think it's just the intimidation factor of that Loki. Moving around the map. Keeping you off balance, and especially it's very hard to pick a solo laner that can keep up with him on those rotations.
Well, a lot of control coming out with his Agni pick as well for Captain Twig, with the Ymir Frost as well as Agni with the Rain of Fire, like into the the Noxious Fumes stun. That's going to be really big.
It's a lot of CC for this team.
They do, especially with Cobra's Kiss in the jungle.
Yeah, Cobra's Kiss and that AoE Mez, and what are they going to round this team out? They're looking at their solo laner here, and Zhang Kuei's an amazing pick in this situation. More frontline is really what they need, especially with that Circuit. They need the peel. Apollo's going to be fine for himself as that escape artist that he is, but Circuit in danger of the burst, the Thor stun, the Vulcan knockup, that Freya banish, setting all of that up yields some very, very easy plays. Now, what's interesting here from TSM is, what are they going to run in the solo lane to deal with the Zhang Kuei? What's in Game Hunters?
My Game Hunters
Chalk again, perhaps?
Is very, very high. I don't think Chuck really got involved in that game. And if he does it again, I think Zeros will play Circuit the same way and delete him when it comes to the team fights later on. Because that's also
they have plenty of team fight here, though, right? The Vulcan, the Sylvanas, the Thor, and the Freya to set it all up, and potentially as well brings a lot to the table, a lot of chain stun, a lot of CC.
He's a fighter. That's one thing we know about.
You need something that can fight.
Oh, I love this pick. Now,
please lock it in. Yes.
We've seen Devios do this, right?
Yeah.
Against the Zhong Kui, and this matchup is great.
Yeah.
Multiple reasons. Zhong Kui, not the fastest god in the world.
No.
So the slow is really effective. Obviously, so the sickle affects the movement speed as well.
Yeah.
But not just that, the tether is really important. That tether, when it's on you, when it actually is ranked up to max rank, it reduces overall over the duration up to the stun by 50%. Your damage is reduced by 50%.
Right.
On Zhong Kui. When he uses Recall Demons, that's 50%.
The one thing though is that this god is particularly good against a couple of things. Physical damage. He's exceptional against physical damage, which reals and zeros, I mean, it's some, but it's not like you're seeing a 3 or 4 physical team.
Yep.
Perhaps most importantly, it's going to be the unit walking that comes out of his ultimate. It's going to help out a lot with that Amir.
I don't know. I've never checked this, actually. Can he walk through the wall?
I believe he can, yeah.
No, that's just I didn't know that one.
Yeah, I think he can go through player playables.
I should normally know that, but I'm just
I feel like I should know that as well. But
it's been a
it
while
definitely
with
gives him unit
Cyrus.
walking, right? Which helps out a lot.
That's
with
true.
These style of gods he's going to have. You know, Zhong Kui wants to fight in minions. Agni's happy to fight in minions.
And he just walked through?
Yeah, and he just walks right through them, continuing to put those hits out, and with those AoE hits, almost impossible to miss.
Exactly, and you can build chins on that as well, which would be really effective against Maniac.
Indeed.
Obviously good with the tanky version.
Yeah,
Obviously,
natural
this Badger.
chins carry is really important versus this high HP solo laner.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's a really, really effective pick. I think it's going to work out well for their team as well. Because the one thing, they're using this pick so late as well, obviously they want to see the counter picks.
Yeah.
But you've got to make sure on the enemy team that they don't have any displacement, like an Anher, like a Vulcan. Those gods are very good against the sides just because of the displacement.
He's all W and left click.
He's going to get in close.
Yeah.
And if he gets displaced, you lose all your abilities.
Yeah, you dumped everything to get there.
Exactly.
He also brings the healing reduction to the table.
He does
in that ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, that's also really effective for them too. You can see on the scoreboard now, 3-2 it stands now in favor of TSM still. It was 3-1 after we saw them in the SPL, but that first game going to SK Gaming brings it back to 3-2 as we go into this one.
And well, with that, my friends, we are underway here in game number 2, SK Gaming versus Team Solomid, and it's a 1-game advantage of the boys of SK Gaming. And well, they're looking to close out TSM, and well, in natural and orderly SK fashion, they are doing quite well at the showing in Germany at LAN. This team excels here.
Look at this early invade from TSM. They're going very deep. Look at it. Well, Trixank is very good. Sylvanas is very good for invading. They can get the root off. They won't want to get zeros, though, because Deathbane will just get used and you'll disengage straight away.
Yeah.
But I like the early attempt to try and catch somebody out with that root early on in the game.
Yeah, they were looking for the Zhong Kui there, as you mentioned. Low MS and not a lot of tools at level 1.
I have to mention something while they're all slowly running around. Nothing's going to happen, but Trixank did a scrim today as Sylvanas. He walked into the solo lane to go and put down one of the
mana pods.
The mana pods, but he didn't put one down. He accidentally put a ward down. And everyone was like, Trix, why have you put a ward down in lane? He's like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
We need to restart this scrim. I can't do this anymore.
Quickly before we get underway, guys, there is a raffle that's going to be going on through ESL. It is a lot of 400 gem codes to give away. If you want to enter into that, it is esl.gg/smite raffle, and that's all lowercase. And, well, it's a easy way to make yourself $8 of Smite currency.
I'm down for that. Free currency all the time if you can get it.
Yeah, why not?
So mid camps started off by everybody. It looks like we did see Trixank actually help at those mid camps as well. So it's not an issue for Sylvanas to have to start this blue buff early on his own. He can actually come into lane a little bit later than normally planned.
Look at this harass on a twig in the mid.
Oh wow, Lobs is on fire today by the looks of it. Lobs is really trying hard. That took a long time though for Trixank and Zimstad to bring this one down.
That's a lot of damage he's just put out, but it is obviously the end of the day, and Flame Dash is quite good.
So, Zimstar on this Freya in the duo lane, very, very slow at farming. Triggs can help him out with that, but Badger and Real's got the push in early. They're looking for the invade, but they're getting a collapse on. Lobster's going to get some nice poke onto Badger, forces it to disengage. And the best thing about that, the Wisps came out as well, which healed Lobster back up a little bit in mid. Small little benefit.
Yeah, every little thing counts. Twig going to take some more harass as Fred rotates in. Not enough to pick up the kill, but they've done a lot to Twig here.
They put the pressure onto Twig early. I mean, Agony's early game is where he's most vulnerable. He has to come into the minion wave to farm it, and Vulcan's one of those gods that if you come in close, we're going to hurt you. Yeah. And now, is TSM going to invade their speed?
It looks like they will, yeah. Fred is here. He's putting the damage out. Yeah, that's a big rotation coming out. It's easy peasy, and they're going to get that without contention. So that helps Fred out a lot, and well, we haven't seen Thor yet today, and
Greedy.
I didn't expect that we were going to see Thor at all in this tournament. I expected him to be banned out, but drafted by TSM here. This could be the turning point.
They took the whole jungle. They took the speed. They went to back harpies and took them too. Like the as a three-man unit. And then they're going to go back to lane, hardly missing anything, and quite comfortable in the situation. And Badger and Real's only level 3 right now. You can see the advantage they've got in that lane. And now on the backside, like, you can see Qtrs rotating around the jungle. Zero's going to have to soak a lot of experience off laners that might already be behind.
Well, you know, looking at this game here, I mean, it's the Circuit and the Thor, and as you kind of see from TSM flexing their muscles, really, really strong in the early game is Thor, and Circuit does not shine in terms of camp contention at this stage in the game, or really at any stage in the game. So, look for the Thor to continue bullying that Circuit and keep on taking away these buff camps, but in the same right, Amir a lot better at that same task than the Sylvanas. So, you know, with the Amir, perhaps Circuit has a good chance at these red buffs and orange buffs on the side of TSM, but it's a big ask out of that Amir to rotate all the way over.
It is a big ask, especially at the moment with Badger as well, because he's going to have to deal with a lot in this lane. He's got to really help out Reels in the early stages of the game. And you can see Qtrs trying to pressure this lane as well. He's got his ultimate available. He's going to be looking for the donkey if he can find it. Over on this edge, there he goes. He's going up. Can he find it? I think Badger realizes the route is on Badger. It looks like he's going to be the focus target here. Great wall after. The double tap as well does not connect on the way back. Another wall, though, coming out from Badger was great.
Oh, last shot is good. Zimstar securing that kill onto Badger. The wall was there, but not enough. Freya flying right through the hole there. First blood going to the side of Team Solomid.
It does go over to them, but can they get anything else out of this? Is the question. Mid camps are spawning. It's a good time to try get the pick, but now they're going to be a little bit late for the left-hand side, I feel. It's going to be like another 6 seconds, I think, till it spawns, but maybe that's enough. But Zeros and Captain Twig going to have to be careful.
They're going to have to hog this getaway. Yeah, and they'll use the bomb as well. Trix Tank get the pull. No. Dashed away as Twig, and well, maybe should have gone for Zeros there. Both of the movement abilities down for that Circuit.
They did, but I mean, they'll take that because they got the kill. Now they get the right camps as well. I know, you know, they also denied Badger getting level 5, which means Badger's going to have to choose between soaking the experience from mid lane, which is also what Circuit needs to do because she lost her speed buff, or go back to Dew and put the Hunter behind. You know, it's problems for the whole team. The jungler being behind a little bit in terms of experience and the support causes issues for SK Gaming.
It's the Witchblade once again onto Freya, this time onto the back of Zimstar. Looking, I mean, kind of, I was thinking this is pretty non-conventional, but it seems to be pretty favored out of the Freya players here today.
I mean, Witchblade overall, the start of it, you get Curse Blade, and as you can see on the screen, you know, you get 20 physical protection, movement speed, and attack speed.
Yeah,
so it helps you
right side
against Hunters.
Right side, Zeros. He's going to wrap around here. Game Hunter needs to be careful. Does have that ultimate available to get out and gets the slow onto Zeros, and that's going to be that. Fred
is now, in the area.
Yeah, Game Hunter wants to fight, and they want to force it out. Fred is here. The stun, not going to be able to close the distance from that leap from Circuit, but TSM wrestles back control of the solo lane, and well, sitting at very, very limited mana as Maniac. That's going to force him back.
That's true.
Give Game Hunter a bit of an advantage.
Well, Qtrs ult is now available. The blue buff spawned on the side. The rotation from Lobster's big. Zeros can only really sit and watch this. If he tries to go in, he'll go down, because we did just see that Maniac had to base as well. So, more denial of experience once again from TSM. They're in good control so far.
Yeah, a different style of game from Game Hunter this time.
Yeah, that's
He was
true.
so mana-starved in the last game, and this time he's going to have a couple of blue buffs to his name.
This is what it feels like, Maniac.
Yeah,
You steal my blue.
How do you like it now?
Payback.
And, well, Zhonghui not as mana efficient as the old Chalk was, so he's going to struggle a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, he is as well. Zhong does have a few issues with mana, but to an extent, he should be okay as time goes on if he does lose the blue buff once or twice. But he went for Mystical Mile first.
Yeah,
time.
what is this life?
That's a very, very strange item to see picked up so early, but he is against this Osiris, which is a counter. I'll be fair. It's not necessarily a hard counter, but it's a soft counter to him. He has to get in melee range.
Yeah.
Got a lot of issues. But Mystical Mail?
But, I mean, yeah, here's what I don't like about the item. It's a magic damage aura.
That's true.
So Game Hunter doesn't have to itemize any differently against this item, right? Nope. He can still just build his magical protection. He'll be perfectly happy.
I mean, he will build some magical protection. It looks like he's going to go for that as well. The interesting thing, will it be the Bulwark, or will he go for the Emerald Talisman that we normally see into the Stone of Gaia? I mean, that'll be the most interesting thing.
He might just buy boots here. I mean, he's sitting on 1,300 gold.
You can just sit with that, but Emerald Talisman's so good, it's so cost efficient for how much you invest into it. You know, the extra regen and the health too, so...
You're right. And actually, you may see it. I mean, you don't want to get too big of a disparity between your movement speed and what the Zhonghui has, because he's just going to run you down with that ultimate. But with the Lord of the Afterlife ultimate from Game Hunter and
the slows can apply back to the
and no boots being picked up onto that Zhonghui, perhaps you're seeing a little bit more opportunity in the build.
Well, for anyone who's not seen Osiris solo for a while, Game Hunter has been maxing Spirit Flail in this lane and then going into maxing Sickle Strike after. So using the two for the poke to clear the minion waves more than anything else.
Left side mid camp's going to be coming up here. SK looks like they want to have a bit of contention. Badger's going to get walled off in the rest of his team, but he's going to wall himself in to a nice little pocket there. Trix missing the pull. He was actually bragging to me about how good he is at this god.
Those pulls are really tough to land.
They are, and it's kind of similar to Muzin's in-hands. They're like adjusted a little bit to the right side. Let's take a look here as the Gold Fury gets started on, but it's going to be reset now. TSM looking for that early.
Zeros.
Zeros takes a lot of damage, and there's the weakness of Serket in this stage of the game, but there's her strength. Hard CC on a very mobile assassin.
Yep, she gets away. You're going to jump over to the right-hand side. Mid Harpies now should be able to bring these down before Trix turns up to this. Although Trix might be able to find one if Zeros isn't careful. Nope, Badger's there to help that one out, so that goes down as well. 1-0 in terms of score. Golden experience, though. Like 1,000 experience in favor of TSM right now. Gold 600.
Yeah, and it's subtle, but it puts 3 of the top 4 gods in favor of TSM.
That's right. And the one thing, when you look at the actual experience differences as well, it's Thor in the jungles behind a little bit. You've also going to see that, sorry, Thor in the jungles behind a little bit. Am I right with that? Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Thor in the jungles behind a little bit over Serket. I was like, how's Serket got ahead? That's confusing me now.
yeah, Thor by about 200 gold here.
But how's she got ahead when Hugo invaded, stole away speed, stole away back Harpies? How did he get back? It doesn't make sense. Stealing away from his other friends, I guess.
Been sitting at 580 XP a minute up against Thor's 520.
He's just doing a great job of farming, I guess, when Hugo has ganks as well.
Efficiency.
Efficiency is the key, and he is German, I believe.
Yeah.
German efficiency. There from Zeros in the jungle, working out.
Yeah,
right time to do it. No more German impressions. Stop.
I'm sorry.
Please. So he's 7.5 minutes in the game. No Gold Fury contention like last game yet.
There's 1 kill in this game in 8 minutes. I mean,
it was
the first game we had the first game we had like 13 kills for the first like 15 minutes, and then it kind of slowed down a bit. This time we have 1 kill in 8.
That's right. I mean, I think both these teams just respect each other so much, and they know how much is on the line. They both expect themselves to go to Worlds too, but...
Indeed, yeah. This is a tough matchup for this bracket.
I mean, in the first round, like in a best of 3, it's not even the best of 5, so we're going to see the semis. It's best of 3.
That's why seeding matters.
Yeah, very, very important.
Serket could be in a bit of trouble. They have the ward to spot her out here. No, they're just going to counter. I thought that they saw that we're going to try to make a play there, but indeed they will not. TSM, they're going to zone Zeros out here, and they have a big advantage on this side of the map. Oh, she's forced to leap away. They're counter-warding Gold Fury.
Sentry wards once again, just really controlling. But the thing is, they've used 2 sentry wards on this area of the map now. But in response, SK's got 1 in their inventory as well. You may be able to come back over and clear this one out. But then Osiris has got 1 for himself, but that's just for that usual solo lane matchup. Yeah,
and how good can this Sylvanas really be against the Serket? I mean, he's got to get that CC chain out, and they need to find a kill onto her. Or the pick, he's just going to start getting bullied by the Amir.
I don't think Sylvanas is going to be great against Serket, in all honesty, because she can escape most of these. Doesn't want the Cobra's Kiss, though, needs a double tap as well. Great frost from Badger coming out there in response.
Yeah.
And
that's what Amir does to Sylvanas and other passive style supports, right? He just walks right in, and what are you going to do about it? If you try to engage on him, he's just going to ultimate.
Exactly. Well, they might be able to catch out Captain Twig with a little bit of poke, forcing him back away from the tower again. Welcome now from Badger. It's the Gold Fury fight starting again, but it's going to be a rinse repeat of last game.
The Gold Fury shimmy and shake. And Myth Camps on the left side. They're going to be going the way of TSM. Right side going to be respawning here shortly. Agni going to be harassed a bit by Trix Tank. He's gonna stay in a pretty aggressive positioning here to try to...
Yeah, he tried to throw out the verdant growth and get the root and into the pull, but doesn't find it, so just backs away.
Do you think we're going to see the blink? Oh, there it is. It's up online. Okay, I was going to say, when is that blink going to come out for Trix Tank? But I mean, there he does.
You can go blink on him. Blink's really, really useful just because he's a lot like the Geb ultimate as well, but the gauge for the mid Harpies goes off. It looks like they did go in favor, actually, of TSM.
Yeah, and another thing that this god Sylvanas, we are talking about him a bit more because it's the first time we'll see him in competitive play, it's very easy for him to pick up kind of assist on minions using those wisps, right? He can just hit everything.
Yeah, you walk into lane, press 2, say, see you later, boys.
Yeah, and walk out. You just saw it there.
And it's a dot as well. This is the thing that a lot of people haven't realized, is dot damage. And dot damage means that you'll refresh certain actives or certain items you could buy in the game that give debuffs.
Right. Long duration, Spear of the Magus, Divine Ruin, those types of things.
Those sort of things will refresh a little bit longer, stay on them a little bit longer than usual, would be really effective if they look to go into that sort of thing later on.
Yeah, and you can see kind of that style. He's pulling ahead, slowly but surely ahead of that Amir, about 100 gold. Granted, some of that's going to be due to the assist, about 50 of it, and well, just a little bit ahead of him in terms of those assist numbers.
Yeah, and that Wrath of Terror as well, his ultimate is very much like a Geb ultimate. He'll blink in, use that for the initiation, but it's a knock-up as well, which is very, very important.
Yeah.
Trading the junk,
it's significantly better than Geb's ultimate, honestly.
Yeah, it really, really is, because knock-up means it's confirmed. You can't Aegis out of a knock-up, you can't beads out of a knock-up. You are stuck in it for the duration. Look at this fight between Game Hunter and Maniac, though, just raging backwards and forwards between themselves. Time after time, neither of them giving an inch.
Now, do you think that you're going to see any heal reduction coming out of Game Hunter here to try to deal with Maniac at all? Or do you think, well, continue to spar there. I mean, you think it's just going to continue itemizing for the mid game? Traditionally, that's what you almost always see out of solo laners.
You do. I mean, he could go for Shell. He could go for Weakening Curse. I mean, Shell could be quite useful in the teamfight scenarios, especially from the burst damage of Agony and Zhong Kui in the teamfights. Yeah. Or he could go for the Weakening Curse and just try to isolate Zhong and make sure he can't do too much damage. So he can't heal back up while doing damage.
He's going to get a lot of damage out on a Maniac here. Taking back the lane equilibrium, but now he's got to deal with a full creep wave.
And now the Gold Fury contention starts again with sentries being placed, Trick zoning out Badger for the most part, throwing out those also AoE attacks.
There's Smite in a nutshell. Trick's tank trying to hit Badger within hands.
Yep, that's the way it's played. And there's nice damage and response though coming out from the Frost, but instantly heal from Wisps.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be moving into the Gold Fury at this juncture here. 12 minutes in the game, still just 1 kill on the board, and it is in favor of Team Solomid. And, well, it's basically the difference between these teams here. Only about 300 experience and a little under 500 gold.
We're going to see a fight. He's going to break out. He's going to go down into Minute. He's going to get back in time. Dunk. No, he's not. Dunk. Double tap. End. Ultimate was used as well. That's on cooldown. If they can defend the Gold Fury, which I expect SK to try and rush now, this is a big win for TSM because they can get in this fight and Zhong's not going to have ult.
There you go. They're going in. And, Zeros has caught out Zimstar in the backside here. Going to do a lot of damage. And now Trick's tank's going to be forced to peel. He's going to get stunned out. However, Zero's trying to pursue. Zimstar takes to the air. The ultimate from Lobster's going to be big, doing a lot of damage. But the Sylvanas counter initiation is there. Lobster now the one in a lot of trouble. The Agony Bomb comes raining down. SK Gaming has picked up 2 kills onto TSM. And it should be the free Gold Fury unless Trick's tank can pull out a miracle.
He's still got Blink Online. Game Hunter's here as well. They're going to force the reset. This is fine. This is fine.
That's huge.
It could be bigger if they can find something else, but I'm not sure. Real's going so aggressive right now into all of them.
Badger out of that fight.
They did for the time being. The spin to win coming out from Twig as well. Trying to chase down. Sorry.
1, 2, teleport away. Leaving forward now is Game Hunter. He's got a big tether coming out. It's going to force a lot of abilities out. Badger's going to rotate in, fighting the freezes. Real's getting stunned as well. He's going to throw out the smoke bomb. Can he get enough damage onto Game Hunter here? Yes, that should be enough to confirm it with... Oh, wow. They're going to chase down Trick's tank. Zeros, do you have the damage? Yes, he does indeed. And they chase down 4 kills on that.
No, they can't do gold.
I don't think they can go back. Yeah.
They're too low health. You saw Badger was low as well. I know Trick's died, but the respawns of Vulcan and...
well, Badger's nearly dead.
Vulcan is there as well. Like, they had to back away straight away.
Oh, man.
That was a crazy initiation and crazy fight between the two. Reels went in very, very deep. He did really well, did Reels in that fight. You notice he picked up most of the kills as well. You check in with him 2-0-2 right now. I mean, he does have a really high win ratio at 80% on Apollo, which is crazy.
That'll do.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all.
And it's funny, right? Because when you think of Reels, you're like, Rom.
Yeah, because all he did for every single time, the SK Gaming always picked Rom first.
Right.
Always picked Rom. But whenever he's played Apollo, he's won a higher percentage of the games. Crazy.
Madness.
But talking about Apollo as well, the other thing I like to know is that you know this TSM Secret Agent skin? He's one of the only hunters in the SPL that actually ran it in the season.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone else used TSM, the TSM launch tournament skin, but this guy was stuck to Secret Agent the whole time.
Sticking to his guns.
Yep.
I like that about Reels.
Those pistol guns. Well, Thor's going to take to the sky. They're looking for an engagement to find Badger out here. He's going to hit a full wombo of combo, but can Zeros make something up in return?
Well, they got to burst down Lobster here to get that damage to spread. Zero's doing a fairly decent job of juking that damage from Zimstar, but will go down at the end of the day. Down falls Maniac to Lobster, leaping in as well as Reels on a timely rotation there. They're going to force Trick's tank out of this fight, but Badger's down, but he's such low level, he's going to come back very, very shortly.
Game Hunter is here as well. Now the Gold Fury is available, but they've not got the support with them, and Trix is alive, but he's low health, so...
But it's a support and jungle trade for jungle mid.
I'm okay with that from SK.
Yeah, combined levels are 23 levels going down on the side of SK, and it is 25 on the side of TSM, so advantage SK Gaming.
Well, I mean, Lobster last game was amazing. If you looked at his stats, even though they lost, he played really, really well throughout the game. This time, though, he's 0-2. They've realized to make sure they bring him down quicker in these engagements because he was dealing a lot. And I think that Agony pick from Captain Twig has a big influence on that.
TSM on the verge of elimination here. They're down 1-0. They have to win this game, a must-win scenario, and they're starting to lose the early game here as we move into the mid-game phase. Lane's starting to break. The support's roaming more and more aggressively here. Still no Gold Fury coming out from either team as of yet.
Sentry wards all day long. That's what you're seeing out of both these supports. They're both just clearing out constantly. You just saw Trix put one down. Badger's on his way now. He's going to put his sentry ward down and clear that one out. Then you'll see Thor come across with his sentry ward, and then he'll get taken out too.
To Benny Hill. Looking at the wards placed here, 10 wards from Amir, 8 from Zhonghui, leading all players. The next highest, 7 out of the Game Hunter. So that solo lane back and forth has been pretty dynamic as well.
Yeah, I mean, it shows that Badge is really trying to do all the work on warding for his team. But Captain Twig gets caught out mid and needs a lot of poke for that. Has he got any sustain? No, he's going to back to base immediately. If they see him back here, they can try and force something. They may try and force this Gold Fury. I'm not sure if it's the right call, but they could do. Qtrs got his ultimate available for the reinitiation. real.z is coming around the back here. real.z needs to watch himself because he's going to meet Freya, but Freya doesn't find the banish and instantly mezzed out.
Also worth noting that real.z is leading all players in net worth, followed by Zhonghui, so they're holding those top 2 positions. And the next highest god in the 3rd position is going to be that Thor, who's 200 gold behind the Zhonghui. So pulling ahead on very important roles is SK Gaming.
That's very, very, very true. The only thing about that is that mystical mail. I'm still up in the air about it.
Right, that's a lot of gold invested into, you know, normally look at that number and you say, he's going to pump out a lot of damage and be very tanky in these fights. More so just the tankiness.
Just the tankiness is what he's there for. That basically means they're going to rely on Agony for the magical damage, really. And rely on Minik to be that second front line.
And while that mystical mail, right, he still got ganked by the Thor, brought out all the physical damage. The fight is breaking out. Badge is dead. He's going to be forced to ult, and there it does come out.
Maniac's trying to do something.
Ultimate's doing a lot here. Twig, well, he's trying to put out the damage, but he's having a hard time selecting his target. Takes a lot there as the Vulcan Bomb hits.
SK split. But they've managed to find Trix Tank as well. Zero's managed to find him and get the burst damage off. Brings him down with the poison. And that was a good trade for them because they just lost their support. Game Hunter is getting very low too. But here comes Qtrs trying to turn this one around. They're not going to find anybody else. That was a support for support.
Here's Look at Zimp, he's trying to backstab this, but the minions are going to be in the way. He's not going to be able to do much about that one. And
he's very low mana too now as well. He's got to be careful.
Give it a shot. But
Zeros could evaporate him in a second, but so could Qtrs could evaporate Zeros. I mean, swings and roundabouts.
So they can't take the Gold Fury though. Once again, Gold Fury stands.
But notice the focus in the team fights. It was kill the jungler, sorry, kill the support, and then everybody sits back again because like, well, we can't do it now, so. Oh well.
Yeah. What's a boy to do?
Let's get some sentry wards, boys. Start it again.
Sentry gaming.
It was a good attempt though from both teams. I mean, Badger got caught out of position, but then Trix did too.
Yeah.
In response, it was like they both high-fived and okay, no worries, we're not really definitely just yet. 7-5 though, experience in gold, it's come down quite a bit though. It was really in favor of SK Gaming, as you can see. Dipped back to within 2,000 experience. The gold, only 500.
Yeah, the gold not really factoring in this game so much, you know, to date here, only about 1,000 gold swing being the highest in the game. But yeah, that experience was up well over 3,000 and now dipping down below 2,000 once again. As TSM continues to draw closer and closer to SK Gaming, who they do still hold a pretty solid advantage, but with no towers, no objectives taken in this game, it's still anybody's playing field.
It is. The one point in the game we're about to get to, though, is that both the supports are going to get sovereignty very, very soon. When that comes online, they'll get self-tankiness as well, which means these Gold Fury fights will be more important. Keep an eye on which one bases first for sovereignty, because that could be the difference in the next Gold Fury attempt.
Speaking of, we're going to have a fight over here. Fred going to be forced to port out and use his beads. real.z is going to eat some damage there from that ultimate from Lobster. He's just been spot on with those things. Trix Tank's going to be forced to ult. Not going to find too much here, but Badge is going to be kept out of this fight. Falling again is Trix Tank, and this time they haven't given up too much. Badge is going to have HP.
They're going to go
in the air. They want to try to find him. real.z is going to land. He's going to find the double stun, but he's going to be immediately stunned out by the combination of Apollo. They'll lose the Amir as well, so Gold Fury
when have you ever seen a hunter and a support right next to each other and everybody ignores the hunter?
Right.
Ever. Yeah. If you saw that in your solo queue games, you'd be like, what are you doing, guys?
Fight the DPS.
What are you doing? Kill the hunter. No, everyone was really on point there. They had to kill him again. Once again, we're at stalemate because nobody's going to risk it. I wish one of the junglers would just go back and get honked.
Look at this Agni build.
What have we got here?
See if you find it. It's where's Waldo.
Oh, the Wing Blade.
Yeah.
I like the Wing Blade pickup.
I mean, CDRs, which is nice. MS, which is okay.
Well, Zimstar slows with the pulse, so he's going to speed himself up from that. On top of that, Lobster's passive slows too.
Yep, indeed.
On top of that, Game Hunter also slows with the sickles.
Yes, he does.
So everything in that.
But it slows down his damage build. So, like, taking a look at what he's got coming out, granted, he does have a bit of cooldown reduction on top of it, but the Agni is going to be sitting at about 186 magical power, the Vulcan with the Book of Top, 185, and that's going to continue to climb.
By the way, both the supports now have sovereignty, but they both died, so we're not going to see the rush because they both got it.
Bully.
Sad news. At least we see more sentry wards coming down, though. Yay! I mean, this isn't a bad game. It's just the fact that it's so tense between these two teams that it's ridiculous.
Just backpedal down the lane. Just weirdo.
Just gonna get it. Looks good in that skin. I like that new skin.
Yeah. Agni, Flame Man.
The Flame Man. Well, once again, Gold Fury being contested. You can see Sentry Wall being taken down by Zeros there, as Captain Twig and Badger support as well. Checking the solo lane. Notice how the solo lanes have already rotated over here. They realise how important this Gold Fury is.
It's very similar to last game.
Yeah, it's exactly the same style. Once again, but I think it's going to go the same way as well. One big fight, one team's going to get the edge. And the problem is that TSM's 0-1 down now. They can't let that happen again to themselves.
And really, once again, Maniac getting a bit of the advantage in terms of tower damage here. Should take that tower first.
Yeah.
So hats off to Maniac playing an excellent game.
Yeah, I mean, Maniac's been playing really, really well all the time, but the Game Hunter's not too scared of losing the tower. That's the thing.
True, yeah. It's not a big advantage, except for in this game where it's been such a war of attrition that an extra team gold.
Fight. Badger's caught out of the back here, as we can see a lot of damage going on. Meatball comes out as well. The wall onto him. Now you see Trixan being zoned out as well. And now you can see them jumping away. Zeo's still alive, but he's being chased down by Game Hunter's popped the sprint. Game Hunter's going to try and get the chase on here. Can he find the sickle? He does. He's going to find one blink forced out from Badger as well. Reelzo on the backside does found Cuvo, and now the root comes out. Reel's going to go down here.
Yeah, he went deep, but can he take it one? He can indeed. Reels with the plays, and now dash away, but the meatball is there. But threading the needle twice to find 2 kills in the back of that fight. Is it going to be enough to slow down the Gold Fury? I don't think so, but Badger is here. No blink available.
He's got no blink.
Hog 3, he can't go in.
They're giving up.
There it is. First big objective of the game to TSM. Even with the big plays coming out of Reels, they lost too many important gods. That Agni really factoring in here. If they would have kept him alive, you could have thrown out the bombs, but not enough.
Yeah, I mean, Game Hunter's prioritization was taking zeros out of the fight, which I found was very odd. I don't know why he chased down zeros. Zeros had already left. I guess he didn't want the reinitiation. That left him, the rest of the team isolated, and Zim got picked.
Well, yeah, Zim went deep to find Zimpstar and actually had struggled to pick him up, him and Fred, but ends up getting it done. So, continue to accelerate.
He got it done because I think Zim just came in too close to pick up the kill, and he should have just stayed away, realizing there's a potential threat.
Yeah.
Because he got a 3-man mez off.
Yeah.
Really, really big.
Reels nearly puts that fight on his back, but unable to secure it for Team Solo, away from Team Solomid, I'm sorry, that Gold Fury going their way, and that,
look where the Sentry Boards are going. It's Fire Giant time,
Fire Giant time, boys, but 2,200 gold in favor of TSM.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good little lead. It's not massive amounts in terms of the state of the game. I mean, 22 minutes in. 2,000 isn't that much. If you look at the builds across the way, I mean, we're starting to see some damage now coming out of Zhonghui. He's got Spear of the Magus online now, so he's starting to get there. No Warlock Sash like we'd like to see him as tanky. But generally, Mystical Mail gives you that tankiness anyway.
Here's where Vulcan has really pulled ahead. 413 magical power to Agni's 145.
Really makes a difference as well. Well, that's to do with that Wing Blade. I mean, the Wing Blade, I like it because of the mobility it'll give him and the extra health and cooldown reduction, which you don't really need on Agni, but it does help.
Yeah, it caps him out with that Chronos Pendant, but... Or just nearly caps him out, but fighting into a fully stacked Book of Thoth, Pen Boots, and Ratatouille, it's Wingblade not looking so hot.
Exactly. I mean, if he goes straight for Obsidian Shard next, or he looks at,
I mean, maybe a Bancroft here, but probably Obsidian Shard.
If he goes Obsidian Shard, that damage is going to be absolutely disgusting in the next fight that comes out as well. And realistically as well, I mean, Lobster is the main damage magical source on this team. They're not really going to be relying on Trix Tank to do much magical damage, just disrupt.
Yeah, but in the interim here, as we've been talking, SK continue to chip away at that lead from TSM.
They do. They just continue to farm up as much as possible now. That's generally what their game plan will be. Stay safe, farm up. There's no Gold Fury fight. Make sure they don't get a free chance at Fire Giant. Talking about Fire Giant, you can see TSM trying to position themselves in such a way to try and get a pick.
They're trying to pick Badger in here, but he's not having any of it.
Oh, for sure. They can just get the pick on Badger, then you'll see the fight break out, trying to kill Trix Tank again then.
Right, yeah. Looking to pick off those supports has been the name of this game. This matchup, in fact, has been, look for the support, get the objective. Now with one Gold Fury taken, you know that SK is itching for one of their own.
It took so much poke there, but the only agent saves the day on that one. Zero's going to jump in and try and turn this one around. Can he actually find anything? That's the question. He's going to go for Trix Tank. He uses the last breath onto him, into the Ymir ultimate, but it's not enough damage to bring him down. Reels comes in the backside, but who's he going to be able to find? 3-man Mez one more time. We're all going to buy some time for him to do it. The tether's on from Game Hunter, reducing damage down. He's taking up a storm, but Trix Tank is the one that's going to fall. Game Hunter has to use the Lord of the Afterlife away. Maniac still hit there as well. Banish.
Launching Trick down, that is support, of course. Maniac stuck on top of the wall there as he comes out on top of the Banish. Bit of a cheeky play from TSM. Reels perfectly happy to trade with anybody at this point in the game. He still leads all players in net worth, although barely ahead of the fray. And now they're going to try to push into the mid lane here. Stuns coming out. A lot of damage from that double tap as well. Zipstar taking this guy. Can Badger avoid it? He goes for Maniac. Can't decide on his target.
Oh,
and Zipstar having some trouble. Badger continues to try to make plays, but he's barely going to survive this one.
He managed to group up two targets at the same time, and then he couldn't make up his mind which one was going to die first. So he was like, oh, choose the damage, and he didn't manage to pick up a single kill. Managed to get away with his life though, which is very important there. Otherwise, that could have been a very bad swing for TSM.
Zero's going to be able to steal away that orange buff as well from TSM. So taking the most important buff on the map outside of the Fire Giant away from TSM. SK Gaming has drawn this game basically back to a 200 gold swing.
It's ridiculous.
And they lead in XP now by 3,000 on the back of killing all of those high level gods.
We're starting to hit nasty areas now because we're seeing that Cyrus has now got Chinzo front line. Game Hunter's got that there. He's got Stone of Gaia as well. So we're going to have enough magical regen to deal with Maniac and Captain Twig, who, let's be honest, both delayed on their magical builds anyway, because they went for unorthodox Indian Mystical Mail and that Winged Blade. So it's allowed him to, you know, he's going to be very tanky for a long period of this game now. Meanwhile, you can also see Hide of the Urchin picked up on Thor.
Hide of the Urchin?
It's a normal build.
Not in Magi's.
It's generally a normal build. I mean, realistically...
Fighting into an Amir without Magi's.
With the beads as well, he should be okay.
Amir, Agni, Serket, Junk. I mean, we were talking about this team has so much CC.
I think the problem is, I guess he just wants to be another front line. That's the big issue.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the games are going on so long as well. Like, the extra health that you get from that and the protections.
Fair enough.
I guess it'll help a little
That's
bit.
one thing Magis does not provide of is damage reduction.
Yeah,
out of those protections. So, Urchin going to give a bit more of that, but really not a full item. Still more of that hybrid style. Oh, Qtrs and taking this guy. They want to fight this, but they've seen that ultimate coming out.
Can they catch
so they're just going to spread. Who are they going to try to catch?
I don't think he's going to choose anyone. That was a really small place to just disengage. On the right side as well, Game Hunter going to trade a little bit with Maniac over the mid camps that weren't even there. In the duo lane, duo lane right now, yeah, you can see Reels and Zimstar just continuing to farm away against each other, but Zero's rotating in, and immediately the pings that spam the map then were from TSM going, get back.
Gold Fury making her way back into the map here, and SK has a decent positioning.
Oh, the ambush. Stay there. Just stay.
I'm banging on the table. I don't know if you can hear it on the stream,
slowly,
but I'm excited.
Slowly catch
what are we going to do? He's going in after Zimstar. Does he have enough damage? 100 to 0. Here it goes in. There's the last breath as well. No damage coming from Zimstar. There's the auto attack Badger. Does he get the freeze? No, taking this guy now. Zimstar trying to put the return damage on the Circuit.
He's dead.
But she is gone, and dead to rights is TSM Zimstar. Their damage carry going down. And now into the back line is Reels. He's stunned out, but he's going to put the mess on the Lobster. Lobster is dead to rights as well.
Reels still going.
Continuing forward, forcing Cuba Fred back into the tier 2. And this should be a free Gold Fury for SK Gaming.
Fire Giant.
Pressuring the map very, very well.
They're gonna go gold. Okay, I would have gone fire him, and they've forced them all back.
They still have blink trick tank. That blink in Terra's Wrath Hog is still really dangerous.
I guess, but a lot of the afterlife on cooldown as well. Like Qtrs use. It's very, very risky. I'm surprised they didn't go for it, but they're playing the safe options.
And I think they looked at the timing. The Thor ult was back up. They had Blink Sylvanas with an ult up as well. They knew that wasn't used. It just. You know, I think we're maybe making excuses for why they didn't do it here, but in retrospect, it probably would have not been a great decision. They could have easily given it back.
Exactly. Right? On top of that, this is really important. They've already won game up.
It's only $1.5 million on the line.
It's only a couple of quid on the line, as we'd say. You know, it's like, go down the local and don't spend that much money, but there is a lot involved in this game. They've already won up. Why just not take the small victories and slowly mount them up time after time? 7,000 experience lead now, 2,500 gold in favor of SK thanks to that fight.
7,400 experience is really the big difference between these teams.
Oh, for sure, the experience, it will be a big difference, but the longer the game goes on, we're already 28 minutes in though, Bart. And if you look at the builds, it's only Thor that's not level 20.
Right, yeah. Okay. Zero's sitting at 18 as well. He's ahead of Fred. And Badger's ahead.
So the experience,
tricks.
The experience though is really there's one level difference between.
It's only really about a 2,000 experience.
Exactly, because so the others that have been. But Fire Giant been started up here by TSM. They're looking for an opportunity. Maniac's round the side though, looking to see if he can find something, work out what's going on. Now Zeros comes over, drops down the sentry, clears the ward.
Look at this ward they placed behind the Fire Giant.
The cheeky little wards. I like those ones. They're trying to make you forced to pull the Fire Giant. That's what it's all about. Get aggro onto it, especially when you're someone like Trix Tank who does AoE auto attack. You pull the Fire Giant every time you try and clear it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Same thing for the Osiris there.
Very true.
Small subtleties of the ward play.
Yep, all the time.
Okay. Here we go. Reels having a pretty decent split push to the left side here. Freya's making her way over, but I think he spots her out. He sees her with that ward. Now she's going to take the less aggressive route back to the tower there, but looking for Reels to make a play, and I think he was as well.
They're going to catch Trix Tank though in the jungle. They're going to go aggressive on him, but over the top of the Earthshaker. Lobster destroys Zeros in a matter of seconds. Trix still stands, but that card says no. Zeros actually picks up the kill thanks to the poison. Maniac lives too. Reels, Zimstar not involved in that fight at all, but it was a 1-for-1 trade support for jungler. It means we're going to see no more aggression.
Right, and with the Gold Fury not up, it's a pretty decent trade there in favor of TSM. But Zeros continues to just close in on his late game build, right? He's only 3-3. They didn't shut him down by any stretch of the imagination. And, well, Serket, we saw at the end of the last game that while not particularly effective necessarily as a team fighter, the shenanigans that come out because of that last breath and the amount of damage you can put out, plus that healing reduction, really does factor in the late stages of the game.
It really does. I mean, like we said, we keep going. Both these games have gone so late in terms of how they've not been played slow, Bart, have they? Let's be honest. They've been played at a very fast pace. Just nothing's happened because they're both in position correctly, and when people do get caught out, no one gets too punished.
SK finally going to pick up that left side tower. Reels making He's been very persistent and does take it down, and that really the primary advantage that Apollo does have over the Freya is.
Zim's done a good job though keeping that tower so long.
He has, that's right. Like, it's a hard matchup for the Freya
for sure.
to stop the push of Apollo and continue to kind of rotate with him while staying involved in the fights. And Zimstar, you know, he does have 3 assists to his name. He could have been doing a bit better in this game though. We've seen a couple of questionable plays coming out of him. That ultimate, and especially the ultimate in the mid lane where he didn't prioritize the target, could have easily had 1 kill. And then on the left side,
I think it was more about not realizing how much damage he had. He thought he had more, so he thought the first 2 shots would kill.
Be enough,
and he could switch target, but he didn't manage to find either, which was a bit of a detriment, but he didn't lose too much out of it anyway.
He does have his Demonic Grip Fatalis, Witchblade online, a lot of attack speed, a lot of pen coming out from this Freya.
Fire Giant's been started here from TSM. Zeros should know something's up and he's waiting in the wings. So is Maniac as well. They're trying to bait a fight. They want to fight.
No. SK Gaming wants to stall here. They have Apollo split pushing left side, and he's got a wave deep across the mid lane of the map. And this is going to force a disengage from TSM, but can they stop this in time? They're going to go all the way across. Freya's going to try to recall
Zim's
here.
Going.
And I don't think they can stop it.
Not in time. No one's going to get there in time to stop him getting that tier 2. Now look at Apollo's build right now. Execution and Deathbringer online as well. This tower is dead before she gets back. Not a chance. Free tier 2 tower picked up by SK Gaming. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent play there. TSM thought that they could pressure seeing that he was on the left side, but it just wasn't enough. And that's why you ban Apollo often.
Well, the whole situation is on comms there. TSM would be like, let's try and force Apollo's ultimate so we can know he's not going to be able to split push.
Right.
That was the plan. And then SK were like, can we stall for reals? We're like, yeah, we
Zeros is leapt in. He's going to find Trix Tank with the Mez as well. Trix is dead to rights here. Once again, that last witch coming out. Is it going to be enough? Trix Tank hasn't fallen yet. He's going to pop soon. He's going to know he will not. But Zeros will be able to clean him up on the backside. No more deaths coming out. Badger going to channel the ultimate. It's going to do decent damage, but no, Game Hunter trying to disengage. He's dead. Over the top is the Vulcan ultimate. This time not finding anybody. And Zeros. The damage.
He still did so much, but he's going to chase onto Qvo even though he's low, but he's trying to zone Qvo away from getting away. The walled access denied, he says. And there we go with Maniac as well, picking him up on the back of that. Reels is trading with Zimstar. No, Reels is going to fall to Zim here. Zim takes to the sky to bring him down. Can they find more? But Lobster, that backfire again. He's going to go down to the card damage, or should do, is Zimstar versus 3.
Can he? Well, there's the Aegis, but there's the freeze from Amir, the bomb over the top. Zimstar to fall, and that is a wipe for SK Gaming, 21 to 11 now. 32 minutes, 50 seconds into this game. Can they convert it into the Fire Giant? Maniac will not be able to stick around too long. Zero is going to be required to do most of the damage here as Maniac actually picks up the aggro, now getting knocked up. He can't stay through that
fire over the wall. They've got Maniac with Mystical Mail as well. He's got some sustain with Exorcism. Trixtank is online, but this is dropping quick. He's 40%, 36%. He's dead. Trixtank can't get him in time.
No, he won't make it there in
Fire
time.
Giant, SK.
Wow, SK Gaming with the boot to the throat of Team Solomid. They put together a 13,000 experience lead, as we mentioned. That becoming less and less important as players hit level 20, but 6,500 gold. One of the bigger advantages we've actually seen in the kind of later stages of the mid game today. I mean, well, this is bona fide late game here, 33 minutes in. Not what we were used to seeing in online play. Normally, with an advantage at this stage in the game, you're looking at 10, 15,000 gold. Sure. Here you can see just how prepared these teams are for land. 6,000 gold feels like an insurmountable amount for TSM.
It feels so much, but like we see, like 10K and teams are still going.
Yeah, yeah.
But like here, it's
6K, it's like, oh, I don't know how they're coming back from that 6K.
Wow, this is going to be tough now for him, just because the way the games are being played out by both these teams.
No towers down for SK.
The scary thing is, if SK win this game, I'd be so scared if I was Mortality.
They would feel pretty good against SK, but
I know they do, but
740 damage
SK
crits.
boot camped, and I mean the boot camped, and once again they're showing it LAN.
It just looks exactly like what we saw last time we were in LAN.
Exactly, that's what I mean. It's like they've come back out for LAN again, and if this keeps going the way it's going, SK might go to Worlds. I think Mortality.
I think teams were expecting them to play at a higher level and still underestimated them.
That's right. Well, Badger's going to go aggressive here, looking for the blink, and does find it. He's going to force the beads. There's the ultimate as well. The wall Zero's going in. Doesn't manage to find much. Zero's managed to get out for now. Duking away with the death main. Game Hunter eats a little bit of poke as well. But now, on the back of that, Maniac finds Trix.
Down he goes as Reels comes crashing in as well. Maniac didn't even need the help there. Twig, well, he has the Adventurer's Blade, and it... Well, you saw exactly what it does there. Osiris comes in and he tries to do anything, and it's just, there's been no impact from Game Hunter this game. Just none.
I like the pick.
I just
think SK were prepared for this, and maybe they've worked out that people might pick.
I like the pick, okay, right? You have the Amir, whose the walls are going to be very successful.
Yeah.
Zhonghui, you know, he's pretty difficult to deal with. Reels obviously has
he's there for. He's there to deal with Zhong, technically, is why you pick the
Right, but I also think that pick succeeds best when you're looking at junglers that aren't as mobile as Serket or Thor. Right, if they were to force them into really almost anything else, I mean, even Hun bots would have a much harder time with the Osiris than Circuit.
Oh, well, once again, it looks like Lobster's been caught out this time by Badger. He's going to go down. Qtrs has to jump away. Zeros goes in to try and put the damage onto Game Hunter using the last wave. Thoughts onto the sky, though. Can they return the damage?
3-man stun, but they just don't have enough follow-up there. And notably, it's the Vulcan that's down. It just doesn't bring enough. Zimstar, there's going to be a ghost.
There's a ghost when he lands.
Yep, he's dead. And down he goes. Real's charging forward, putting damage out onto Fred. The crits are real. Fred gets forced to use his Fist of the Gods. Real's yeah, he's he
overextended.
More than a chew there.
I think they could have ended there if Reals didn't die.
I do as well. Yeah, a bit of a misplay from SK Gaming. Can TSM find a footing back into this game now, given that they're not able to close out?
Aquila?
Can they Aquila?
It's game 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
Have you not heard? Aquila, it makes me happy. That's what they've always said.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I like that one.
But they are going to try to backdoor this left side tower, and well, this should be a pretty easy proposition for them. Zeros with plenty of damage at this stage in the game.
Take more gold.
Titan's Bane doing a lot here. 80 damage per pop, 100 on the big hits. And well, oh wow,
he's going to go
Game Hunter.
Game Hunter's in so much trouble there as well.
Son.
Well, especially with that bomb over the top from Captain Twig securing the kill. 26-13 now. 1 Phoenix down. Fire Giant's going to be about another 2.5 minutes, so there's a little bit of time left. There's only 3 members with Fire Giant. They're going to wait for Reals to come back. This is probably the best time to shop. Get back to base.
This is a good time to get out. Or just take the Gold Fury. No, she's down also. But taking a look at our objectives here, 2 Gold Furies in favor of SK, just the 1 to TSM, and of course the 1 Fire Giant in favor of SK Gaming there. And it has yielded a 12,500 gold lead for SK Gaming as they wipe the remainder of the towers in the final Phoenix. And well, they have yet to lose a tower. But what that means is that TSM wins a fight, takes a Fire Giant, they're going to get a huge income burst.
Yeah, as soon as they do, they will get a big income burst. But he's trying to get that. That's the big issue. They're going to have to fight over this. They've also going to... If you notice, every single time these fights start, Bart, they kill Tricks first, which is really unusual. I understand it around Gold Fury control.
That's what I was saying getting into the drafting phase. I mean, teams have... I've been really surprised that teams have not been favoring Sylvanas, and I asked them, I was like, why are you guys not feeling it's that great? And they're like, all you have to do is burst him. He can't heal for himself.
It's true.
What does he do? He has to ult.
People have said that, but it's like, well, you don't get caught in those positions. But I guess at this level, you have to go on ward and do things that might put you slightly out of position.
You have your chores.
Yeah, exactly. You have your chores. That's such a good way to play. You are support. You are the chore man.
Yeah. I am the Eggman, you're the chore man.
Cuckoo.
Oh, look at Maniac. Oh, look at him. He's sitting there carting up this red camp and resetting it to just build his stacks.
That's cheap. I like it.
And, oh, now this time they'll take it.
It's like the first time I ever saw Shaggy Shank, because I was still new, and I saw Shaggy Shank using his Devour's Gauntlet stacks on the camp by resetting it all the time to heal himself back up to full. I'm like, oh, never thought of that before. That's amazing.
So smart.
But now we're going to see SK Siege up this Fire Giant now. So heavily warded. Trix Tank is the front line for his team. Qtrs just off to the side. Zimstar's still trying to deal with these fire minions coming in. Zimstar's been good this game, but he's not had a chance to get involved.
Fire Giant.
Oh, that meatball. That meatball did a lot of damage, but now Trix Tank trying to charge in here. Fire Giant's getting lower. 61% still not been reset right now. Can they look to turn something around? That's the question. Reals is taking to the sky. He's looking to take out Game Hunter. Traded it thanks to the help of Captain Twig. Not a good trade. Now the Banish comes in. The Zimstar is still in this fight on the backside as well. Qtrs Fred finds Maniac, and now Badger's, I say, Zero's trying to run for his life. Badger's going to try and deal with his main. Qtrs finds him, and now we're going to see Badger run. He puts the wall down. Actually, Twig's waiting around the side. The Banish, though. Oh, the Aegis is going to stop Twig. But he still turned him around, and now Qtrs double tap. Twig dies. Badger's last man standing.
He's trying to find Lobster on the backside, but Lobster
run, rabbit,
going
run,
to give
rabbit,
enough. Yeah, well, Badger, access denied, but Fred has had enough of that. He says, I can teleport, sir. That Amir freeze a bit longer than the wall. Badger has his...
Save your voice, save your voice. We're going to be watching this one. Yeah. I can feel it.
Yeah.
He's going to keep turning around going, are you still there? Oh, damn.
Dodge glacial strike.
Leave me alone.
Walls off the Sylvanas.
I just want to go home.
Blinking forward now, Trix Tank stun, moving Magi's Blessing. Can you get the pull? No, freezing out, but it's juked again by Fred. Badger continuing to get chased down. Minion's putting in some damage as well. Fred,
it's a great fight.
You could be farming.
It's a great fight. Badger, Qtrs like, damn it, I give up.
Yeah, then
I was going to be called anyway.
Tried to teleport through the wall, missed it. And now
Badger comes back in. Badger's like, let's turn this one around. I'm coming, boys. Here we go again. Badger's going to look for it. What's he going to do?
He has his blink up.
Absolutely crazy engage. It was a 3-for-1. Sorry, it was 3-for-1 left standing. Badger was the last man standing. But that's a mere late game as well. He's so hard to bring down.
Really important aspect of that last engagement I want to talk about real quick. The placement of the ultimate from Lobster was exactly where Reel's Apollo looked to channel his ultimate to get in deeper into the fight. By the time he actually got up, he was only sitting at about 35% HP.
He came down on Game
Hunter. And then he tried to come down and trade with Game Hunter. Game Hunter actually wins that trade, hands down.
Well, with Ridgeblade as well.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he wins that, but then he dies to the Agni Dot. But that single Vulcan ultimate saves the game for TSM. If Reels falls down at full HP, kills off Game Hunter, and continues into that fight, no way to continue in.
And with Reels going down as well to Game Hunter, he also has a Zimstar, get free damage off in that fight. 3 vanishes.
Oh, they're going to get Trix
in trouble here again. The ultimate from Vulcan does not find anything. Reels take it to the sky now. But so's Thor up there as well. The double dunk. Oh my god, the collapse on Lobster is huge. But can Cubo turn this one around? That's the question. I don't think he can. He took a lot of poke.
No one's fighting Badger. Badger survives there with no HP. They weren't able to continue on into him. Zimstar does find a kill. But now it's going to be Game Hunter to fall. No, Badger misses, but it doesn't matter. It's still a kill.
He's so close.
Fred, the only one still alive, and he is out. Just Maniac and Badger alive for the side of SK Gaming. Oh, wow. 7 players dead on the map here.
41 minutes in.
41 minutes in.
It's going to be a long one.
Yeah, 32
The way they're fighting right now is absolutely crazy. Look at Maniac's build as well. I mean, we keep touching on this. He went for Mystical Mail Lilith. We're like, what's this about? And then he's gone Spirit of the Magus, into Shoes of the Magi as usual, but then gone Hide of the Urchin for the stacks, then gone Chronos Pendant for sustain and cooldown reduction as well, then Magi's Blessing. This is tank Zhong.
Right.
This is a tank Zhong all in all. That's what it's about. And then when you look at Agni's build as well, I think he needs to look at selling off this Wing Blade.
Yeah, he will. Let's take a look at his in-hand gold here. Yeah, he's sitting on 200 in-hand gold. So once he gets another 3,000, that'll go, and you'll probably see either Soul Reaver or maybe a Bancroft. So most likely that's Soul Reaver.
Well, even Magi's Blessing.
Oh, actually, no. You know what would be really excellent here is a late game Tahuti.
For sure.
Because it's going to add a tremendous amount
he's got Tahuti
of
already.
I'm sorry, not Tahuti. Bukatov.
Oh, yeah, Bukatov, yeah.
All of the mana that he does have, let's take a look at that. How much mana is he sitting on? Sitting on, 4,000 mana, basically. Oh, no, 1,400 mana, I'm sorry. That's going to contribute a lot to his damage, plus the mana that Bukatov contributes. That's like one of the things that I think that entry-level and mid-level players don't understand about the item Book of Thoth is that once you're level 20, the amount of mana that you have
is substantial.
It's a huge amount. Even if you don't get it stacked up, and if you don't get it stacked up the entire game, it still adds. It's still the most cost-efficient damage item you can
get mana as you level naturally, not just the fact that you buy items that have mana on them as well. It's just the natural leveling. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's, why are you building stacking items so late? What are you doing? But no, it makes perfect sense.
Maniac 11-3 and 11 in this game, Hinderman. And while on paper I would have said Warlock Sash way better in this situation than Mystical.
If you saw that build, right?
Yeah.
On Twitter, tweeted out by someone, and you went, what do you think he went? You would have gone like, 2, 7, 3 or something.
2, 6, and probably a bunch of assists.
Exactly. It's like maybe you got some assists, but you ain't going to kill anybody. But 11-3 11. Absolutely amazing. And the band is mana as well.
And he gets a little bit too close to fire down here. Trix Tank looking for that big initiation, but he's just getting stunned out. They're going to get some damage out onto Maniac. And now it's going to be the Badger ultimate. Trix Tank standing in it as well. Badger continues to channel on the backside. Here comes the Thor. Reels, is he going to be able to get out of this one? Needs to stand in front. Here goes Reels with the man plays. Down goes. No, he falls to Fred. Couldn't find the in-hands. Big plays by Fred there as well. Trix Tank's going to fall, and there's 4 members SK Gaming alive. No one is left for TSM. SK Gaming can push into the base and win the game right here. 1 minute respawns. SK Gaming will be eliminating Team Solomid. I don't think a lot of people had this one.
Be careful, because we were talking about this, me and DM a minute ago. Oh, okay. I was about to say, just be careful, because you don't know if they're going to manage to find it and end the game, because you know what happened in the Keeler's game versus Cloud9. 6 on the boat for a second.
40 seconds to finish it off, and SK Gaming, you see the celebrations there. And wow, once again, and I kind of mentioned this, in the middle stages of the end game there, that even though teams knew that SK Gaming was going to come out with a fury and a passion that they hadn't seen in online play, given how they performed in Cologne last time we were here, SK Gaming House is here. They've been boot camping longer than the other players.
Yeah, that's true.
Still underestimated.
Still underestimated, I think, is because of how the Pro League went.
Yeah.
In all honesty, and also not just the Pro League went, but also the wildcards.
That's right.
Because even in wildcards, Aquila came out on top.
And the Invitational in Sweden.
Well, the Invitational.
They played well, but
they weren't themselves.
Yeah.
They weren't.
It wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same. And even when I was there live with them, you can see their body language and the way they were talking. It was like, that's not the SK we saw at the launch, the tournament.
That's right.
For the kickoff.
I think, Reels is the heart and soul of this team, and has just managed to once again put up spectacular LAN performances. This player, if you're drafting players out of Smite to play in LAN play, Reels has got to be at the top of your list.
Oh, he's up there. He's very, very much
best hunter in LAN, no question.
He's done the best so far that we've seen.
Absolutely.
I mean, you see TSM boys being given condolences there by the SK lads, handshakes at the end. They're all friends as well behind the scenes. It's sad, and you can see Trix there. So Reels is like, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's tough.
I need the spot, though.
Yeah. Sorry, but I had to take that from you because
It's all about the money.
I also like America.
It's all about the money.
And $1.5 million.
Everybody likes $1.5 million.
Yeah, you can see Lobster there. I mean, a tough
It's
loss.
because I love all the guys overall. And the worst thing is only 2 teams can go. There's always going to be teams that are going to go out early. And unfortunately, it's going to be TSM today. I mean, they're a great team, though, honestly, overall. I think if the brackets had fallen differently, a different day, it could have been a total different story for
Absolutely.
TSM, for sure.
And I think that TSM is a team that plays well when they're aggressive.
Yeah.
And losing that first game put them into an awkward position where they couldn't take too many risks, even though they got Thor. I mean, this is a very rare loss for Thor.
It is a very, well, it's not that often we see Thor ever really done. I mean,
how do you see Thor and Freya drafted on the same team
and then lose? I mean,
jeez Louise. Let's take a look at the brackets here. Ladies and gentlemen, Aquila taking out Cloud9 HyperX in our first game of the day. Our second game was SK Gaming versus TSM, and they were able to knock them out in straight 2. Coming up tomorrow, we have our best of 5s. Winners of these will be going to the World Championship. On the top side, it's Fnatic Aquila. The bottom side, Mortality Esports versus SK Gaming.
Like tomorrow's just crazy than today.
It's fantastic. We also have the finals, but the finals are like how often do you say $50,000 is the consolation prize for a tournament?
All the players are like, we just want to get finals.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get the point to the head that this affects Worlds.
Yeah.
Because the winner of that gets first seed for EU.
Which is important because you'll be going up against the number 2 seed in NA instead of facing off against the number 1 seed, which on paper should be cognitive red.
Well, that's technically what everybody seems to think is going to be cog red. And if that's the case, then do you really want to go in? I mean, maybe you want to go in second seed and be like, yeah, we'll just stomp NA, you know? We're like, we'll be cog red and show them that they're nothing and we're, the best in the EU. Maybe they'll think that way. But at the same time, there's some prize money this weekend as well.
Yeah, it's $50,000 on the line here in Cologne, but that is merely a pittance compared to the $1.4 million
and growing
now on the table that continues to grow.
And growing.
That's a lot of Skrilla.
What's Skrilla?
Ricky.
I don't know that. I'm too old. Oh, Wicca. Yeah. Okay, I know that. That's just like a DJ station.
Yeah.
I understand that bit. Okay. So, I mean, SK today, pod of performance, they've been very, very quiet. That's the thing. We've not really had much chance to research them. Yeah. The casters generally like to sit back. Like DM was said, me and him were like watching so many games over this past week.
Yeah, a lot of mortality games.
Yeah, a lot of mortality, a lot of other players. And SK, you didn't really get a chance to see them. And when you did, it was only for a few moments. Maybe you caught half a scrim of them or something.
Yeah.
It was like,
they kept it close to the chest, definitely. But
they really did.
Not bringing out like crazy pocket strats and bringing some new fold to the table, just consistent, excellent execution in these plays. And Reels. and quietly Maniac.
I'll be honest, Reels nearly threw the game there.
Yeah.
He dived the Titan.
Yeah.
And died.
That's true.
He also died. He went on to game hunter after getting hit by the Vulcanal. And those two things together, there was a slight chance that people could look back at that if they lost that gun
and say that's where it was. You're absolutely right. That dive on the Titan, a little bit greedy there, but also shout out to Maniac. I mean, excellent play today. The Vamana was great, and this Zhang Kui quietly racking up 12 kills and 15 assists.
God Hunter. He was against God Hunter.
Completely shut down God Hunter in this game.
Maniac's
Game Hunter,
really good.
Very little impact. Really Maniac really flexing his muscles is perhaps a premier solo laner.
Further and further.
I think maybe that's the best thing to come out of the boot camp for them. Maniac has a bigger god pool.
Well, Zhang Kui's not one of these picked.
Not a normal one for him, but that does it for us from the commentary desk, guys. Let's throw it back to Zoe one more time to take us out, and we'll be back tomorrow with our best of 5s and finals to see who goes to Worlds from the European region. That does it for Hinduman and me, hi-rez Bart. Zoe, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. And I now have Team Solomid joining me. Unfortunately, they're out, but please, let's hear it for the team. They fought well, and they will be awarded with $2,500. Thank you so much for joining us here. It's been great to see you play here on stage. And once more, of course, we also have the team captain from the winning team here with me. So real nice for you that you're joining me here. And of course, congratulations. You guys made it into the semifinals where you will go up against Morality. What are your thoughts on the upcoming match, then? Do you feel confident after the strong performance you already showed us right here today?
Yeah, I mean, TSM were going to be super hard, and we knew that. We prepared a lot, and obviously it paid off. It took us a long time to get all the prep, picks, bans, stuff like that. So we've got a lot of time to prepare for Mortality now. So we're going to go into it with a clean head, not take anything away from today. We played well, but we still done some mistakes, so there's stuff to be improved on. So yeah, I think we'll be fine tomorrow. We're going to prepare a lot for Mortality. We'll see.
All right. So how were the preparation going into the first game here? I mean, we've all heard that you guys have been boot camping for quite a long while, and you did a really good job at keeping it very secret, so no one actually knew what you guys are up to. Like, what happened during that boot camp? What did you do?
I mean, we didn't really keep it secret. I guess we just didn't tell people because we done the same thing last year, the last time we were in Germany. So I think everyone kind of knew what we was doing. So no need to really say it, but it helps us a lot. Thank you for SK, obviously, for giving us... Lucky for them having a facility here, really. So, yeah, it's been helping us a lot.
Do you prefer to actually focus on like your team itself, like your own play style and what you're going to pick and ban, like what you feel most comfortable with? Or do you actually specifically go for strats against the different teams coming here?
Honestly, it has to be a bit of both, really. You can't just go in thinking, oh, yeah, they pick this. If they don't pick that, we'll win. You have to know what you're going to pick and you have to know what they're going to pick. And that's the way to win. If you're not prepared in both ways, then you're probably not going to win.
So what are your thoughts on the remaining teams here? Mortality is the one you're going to face off against tomorrow, but there are still also Fnatic and Aquila. Where do you see yourself within those 4 teams? Do you think you can make it to the top?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely going to make it to the finals, at least. Whoever's in the finals, we're going to give them a good shot if we get there. But yeah, we're just focused on getting to the finals. So if we do get there, then we'll start prepping for that. But at the moment, we're just focused on winning tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. So now you guys have time to rest some. So thanks a lot for joining me once more. Congratulations to you and your team that made it to the semifinals. And we are now ready to head into our analysis. See, I'm so excited I can't even talk anymore. But we're going to head over to Jason to take a look at the game.
Thank you for that, Zoe. English is hard, but you know what? You make it perfect. But either way, the game we're going to be looking at here, or at least the person we're going to be watching, is hi-rez for a certain reason. Now, I want to point him out in particular because he hasn't had the most amazing stats throughout the entire season of SPL, and he actually has one stat in particular that really stands in my mind when it comes to this team fight. He has the worst average time dead for his team, which means he's always dead the most. Out of all marksmen he does. And hopefully for this one, we're going to show you a reason why that really doesn't really translate into this one too well. So let's get the replay up on the screen, just kind of show you exactly what's going to go down. It's a fight that we saw, obviously. He's going to come in a little bit late here, and we're going to pause here in just a second just to show you some sort of an idea of why it's so difficult as anyone who has kind of these ultimates to get you into the area and get you into the team fight wherever you want to be, to choose where you want to go. And let's go ahead and kick this one back up, and we're going to actually just watch him go right in. He's actually going to catch out Thor here in a few seconds as he lands right back in, picks up a quick kill onto him, does some really good damage to Freya as well. As you can see, does clean that one up in just a few seconds. And then we're going to transition a little bit later on, as you see, once he finally does solidify that kill, he's going to get targeted by 3 people. Now, keep in mind, there's Osiris in front of him, Sylvanas next to him, there's Freya behind him, and he's going to get locked down snare completely. But the Mesmerize comes in, lands on 3 targets, and he was even able to kill the Freya and still escape. Actually, no, he didn't escape. He actually did get taken down, but he still got 2 people in the meantime. And that kind of shows exactly why that whole stat of average time dead, yeah, he dies the most on his team, doesn't really matter too much because he can pick up 2 big kills like that, get some big mesmerizers off, and allow them to pick up the win. And honestly, it was very well done by them. I'm really curious to see how they do tomorrow against Mortality. And I think that's going to pretty much do it here for the analysis screen, weatherman screen, whatever you want to call it. In the meantime, we're going to head to Zoe to close out the day.
Thank you very much, Jason. And yeah, we saw some amazing games today. We saw absolutely incredible comeback from Aquila, who will go up against Fnatic tomorrow. And then we're going to see the guys from Mortality playing tomorrow against SK Gaming. So we have a lot of great games in the semi-finals. And once more to remind you, this is all or nothing. Only 2 of those remaining 4 teams will qualify for the Smite World Championship. So it's a lot on stake for those guys. And here we're playing it for $50,000 prize pool overall, where the winner will go away with $25,000. So there's still a lot of money. And you should definitely make sure to head over to esports.smitegame.com. This time I got it right. And make sure to get yourself tickets for the World Championship, which will be taking place in January. And of course, you also find a lot of information about the tournament here as well as there over on that website. So for now, we're going to thank you all for tuning in, and of course also to everyone here who came to the studio to cheer on to the teams and watch some amazing games. We will be back again with the semi-finals tomorrow at 11:30. So make sure to not miss out on it and join us for the next day.